Good morning students. Welcome back to your English Literature online class. In today's class, I will be teaching you chapter number 9. The name of the chapter is Karate Parrot. This story is about a parrot who is not an ordinary parrot but a parrot that had some special abilities. And what was the ability of the parrot? This parrot knew karate. What is karate? Karate is a Japanese form of martial art. It's a Japanese form of unarmed combat. Okay, now let's start the story. Sunil shuffled across the pavement on his crutches and approached Moby's cafe on Church Street. The doors swung open automatically as he reached the entrance, and Sunil made his way slowly into the large room. Now, what is the meaning of shuffle? Shuffle means to walk by sliding your feet along instead of lifting them off the ground. And pavement, you all know, pavement means footpath. So Sunil, there is a man whose name is Sunil. He was walking across the footpath with his crutches. Now, what are crutches? Crutches is a type of stick that you put under your arm to help you walk when you have hurt your leg or foot. So Sunil shuffled across the pavement on his crutches and he reached Moby's cafe. So he reached a cafe and the name of the cafe was Moby's Cafe, and this cafe was on the Church Street. So the doors of this cafe were automatic. Like they opened automatically when a person arrived at the entrance. So as soon Sunil arrived at the entrance of this cafe, the doors of the cafe automatically opened. And then Sunil entered the large room in the cafe. Anil and Bala were sitting in their usual seats by the window overlooking the street. Now Anil and Bala, there were two more people who were already in the cafe, and they were sitting in their usual seats and they were noticing the street from the window of the cafe. They had seen Sunil make his way unsteadily across the pavement, so they rose to welcome him when he entered the cafe. So Anil and Bala happened to be Sunil's friend, and they were waiting, and they were also seeing that Sunil was unsteadily walking on the pavement and was about to enter the cafe. Now, unsteadily means ladkhadate ho. Alright? Goodness me! Exclaimed Bala as Sunil approached their table. Now, goodness me means it is an expression of surprise. So, Bala said, goodness me, and he got up as Sunil approached the table. What on earth have you been up to? Now, Bala asked Sunil that what have you done? Why are you on crutches? Been kicking the cat, joked Anil. Sunil heaved himself up to an empty chair and let the crutches fall to the floor. Now, Sunil heaved himself up means he lifted himself up with great effort and he got onto the empty chair and he let the crutches fall to the floor. You will never believe what happened to me, sighed Sunil, as he sank with relief into the chair. It's a long story, so you had better order me an espresso first. Now, Bala and Anil wanted to know what happened to Sunil, why was he walking on crutches, and they asked Sunil what happened to you. So Sunil says that it's a long story and I will tell the story only if you order me an espresso. Now, espresso is a type of coffee. We were wondering where you had got to, said Bala. We thought you had found some other cafe to go to, added Anil. Now, Bala and Anil said to Sunil that we thought that you have found some other cafe. You were not coming for so many days to visit us, so we thought that you had found some other cafe. A waiter was summoned and Sunil's coffee was ordered. Well, tell us then, exclaimed Bala. Then when Sunil said that it's a long story, I will tell the story only if you order me an espresso, a coffee. So, as Sunil said so, Bala called for a waiter and Sunil's coffee was ordered. Now Bala said that now that your coffee is ordered, now please tell us the story of why you are using crutches to walk. Yes, what is this incredible story you have to tell us? Asked Anil. Now Anil asked that we also want to know what this incredible story is. Incredible means impossible to believe. Okay, what was the story? The story was about Sunil using crutches. You won't believe it, said Sunil, but it is all perfectly true. Sunil said that whatever I am going to tell you now, you are not going to believe it. However, it is true. So the story which Sunil was about to tell about him using crutches was an incredible, impossible to believe kind of story. The waiter arrived with a steaming cup of espresso and placed it on the table in front of Sunil. He looked curiously at Sunil's foot, which was in plaster. Now, waiter arrived with the espresso that was ordered for Sunil, and he placed the cup of espresso on the table. And as he was placing the cup on the table, he was looking at Sunil's foot with great eagerness. And why was he looking at Sunil's foot? Because his foot was in plaster. Now plaster is, you all know, it's a cast that is used around broken limbs. When the waiter had gone, Sunil helped himself to sugar and stirred the coffee. So when the waiter kept the cup of espresso on the table and he was gone, what did Sunil do? Sunil put some sugar into the coffee and he started stirring it. He gazed out of the window and at the people passing by outside. Gaze means he looked, as he was stirring the coffee, he also looked outside the window to see the people that were passing outside. Come on, urged Anil. What happened? Sunil took a sip of coffee, wiped his mouth and smiled. Well, he began. On Wednesday I was fine, but Thursday I ended up with this broken foot. Now, Anil and Bala both were curious to listen to the story that Sunil had to tell. So Sunil took a sip of his coffee and he wiped his mouth and he smiled and he said, well, on Wednesday I was fine, but on Thursday my foot was broken. Sunil stuck out his foot for his friends to get a good look. As he said so, he stuck out his foot and showed the foot to his friends, so that his friends could have a good look at the foot, and he could, so that his friends could see his plastered foot. It all started when my wife decided to get a pet, continued Sunil. And then he settled comfortably into his chair to tell them his story. Now, Sunil said that all this incident, all this started when Sunil's wife decided to get a pet. What is a pet? Pet is an animal or a bird that you keep in home for pleasure. Now Sunil's story. Now Sunil is going to tell his story. As you know, Sushmita has always wanted a pet. She has begged me for months to get a dog or a cat to keep her company. But the problem is, we live in a flat. I have always felt it is not fair on a dog or a cat to be present in a flat on the 6th floor of an apartment building. Dogs need open spaces and cats need to come and go as they please. A flat is certainly not suitable place for them in my opinion. Sushmita was the name of Sunil's wife, and Sunil says that Sushmita always wanted a pet, and Sushmita always begged Sunil to get him her a dog or a cat to keep her company. But what was the problem? Why didn't Sunil get Sushmita a pet? The problem was that they lived in a flat, and Sunil always felt that it is not okay for a dog or a cat to stay in a flat. Like the cat or dog would feel as if they are kept in a prison. So Sunil felt that dogs need open spaces and cats also need to come and go, and a flat is not a suitable place for them. So that is why Sunil did not get a pet for Sushmita. Well, Sushmita agreed with me in the end. but last week she went along to the pet shop on the corner of GT Road and Flowers Street. You know the place beside the milk depot? Now, Sunil says that Sushmita also agreed that fine, they will not get a pet. But later what happened? Last week by herself she went to the pet shop that was on the corner of GT Road and Flowers Street, and there what happened there, you will come to know about this as we read further. And this pet shop was beside the milk storehouse. Alright. She decided that if she could not have a dog or a cat, she was going to see what else they had in the shop. Now Sushmita said that okay, if she could not get a dog or a cat, she would get some other pet. So she went to the pet shop to see what other options she would have. She felt she had to have some sort of pet around. The children have all grown up now and left home. So she feels a little lonely, especially when I am in here most of the time with you too. Sunil says that Sushmita wanted a pet so badly because since their children have all grown up and they have left home now, and most of the time Sunil spends his time in the Movies Cafe with Anil and Bala. So Sushmita feels a little alone. So to give her company, she wanted a pet to keep her company. On Thursday, I went into the city to the bank. I had some business there, so I decided to finish my work at the bank, do some shopping. I needed cells for my radio and one or two other things, and then get home by evening. So Sunil is now telling that on Thursday he went to the city because he had some work. What work he had? He needed some cells for his radio and one or two other things, and he would get home by evening. Sushmita on the other hand, so in Sunil's absence, what did Sushmita do? Sushmita on the other hand did not tell me what her plans were. I found out later that she ended up in the strange little pet shop. She walked into the shop. It was the first time she had been there and met a pleasant shop assistant. So when Sunil went to the city to do some work. In Sunil's absence, Sushmita, what did she do? She went to a strange little pet shop. And where was this pet shop? It was beside the milk storehouse on the corner of GT Road and Flowers Street. And as she walked into the shop, it was the first time that she ever walked into a pet shop. So as she walked there, she met a pleasant assistant, shop assistant. Now who is the shop assistant? A person who sells things to people in a shop. Sushmita explained the problem to the young man. So this shop assistant was a young man. And Sushmita explained the problem. What problem Sushmita explained? That she could not have a pet. She could not have a cat or a dog as a pet. So she needed some other pet to keep her company. So the shop assistant listened attentively and suggested she might like to buy a parrot. Now after listening to Sushmita's problem, the shop assistant advised Sushmita to get a pet parrot for herself. Parrot, said Sushmita in astonishment. Now Sushmita was surprised that why would she like to keep parrot as a pet? What comfort can I get from parrot? I cannot stroke it or play with it. I cannot cuddle it. Now Sushmita says that with a parrot is very sensitive. I cannot play with the parrot. I cannot hug the parrot. So what is the point of keeping a parrot as a pet? The young man spoke up immediately. Madam, I am not talking about any kind of ordinary parrot, he explained. The parrot I have in mind will give you hours of amusement. The parrot I have for sale is unique. It is the only karate parrot in India. So as Sushmita said that I will not be able to hug the parrot, so it is not. So what is the point of keeping parrots as a pet? So as she said so, the young man immediately spoke and said, "Ma'am, it's not a ordinary parrot. It's not an ordinary parrot. This parrot that the shop assistant was talking about was a unique parrot. It had some special abilities. It was the only parrot in India that knew karate. My wife was very amused. Now Sunil says that after hearing about the karate parrot, Sunil's wife Sushmita found it very funny. But she was also curious. She was eager to know. She was eager to know about the parrot. Curious means utsuk. She had never ever heard of a karate parrot. Not many people have. Now why was she eager about this parrot? Because she never had in her life heard about a parrot who knew karate. What does it do? She asked. So Sushmita asked the shop assistant, what does this parrot do? Karate, explained the assistant. He was obviously not a man of many words. Now this shop assistant was a person who did not spoke much. So he just simply said that this parrot did karate. And what is karate? I told you before also, it's a style of fighting from Japan in which hands and feet are used as weapons. Anyway, the assistant said he would demonstrate what the parrot could do. Demonstrate means the shop assistant said that he would show Sushmita what this parrot could do. So what did he do? He placed an old chair in a space in the middle of the shop. Then he brought the caged parrot to Sushmita and placed the cage on the service counter. He opened the door of the cage and the parrot ambled out. Ambled out means the parrot came out. The man stretched out his arm and the parrot climbed onto his sleeve. Then the shop assistant stretched out his arm, and as the parrot came out of the cage, the parrot climbed onto the shop assistant's sleeve. He then said in a loud voice, "Parrot, karate, chair." Now as the parrot came out of the chair and landed on the shop assistant's sleeve, immediately the shop assistant said in a loud voice, "Parrot, karate, chair." Now the parrot, after listening this, what did the parrot do? The parrot immediately, quickly flew into the air and began to attack the chair. It squawked and fluttered up and down, flapping its wings with great vigor. Now squawked and fluttered means made loud unpleasant sound and moved up and down, flapping its wings with great vigor. Vigor means with a lot of energy and strength. And in a matter of seconds, the chair had been reduced to a pile of shattered pieces of wood. So in a matter of seconds, the chair was broken into small pieces of wood. Its work done, the parrot flew back across the shop and swooped down onto the assistant's shoulder. He stood there looking very pleased with himself. Now when the parrot was successful in breaking the chair into tiny pieces of wood, he moved back to assistant's shoulder, and he was very pleased, very satisfied with what he did. My wife, on the other hand, stood with her mouth open. Now as this parrot broke the chair into a lot of tiny pieces, Sushmita was just standing there in wonder. She was lost for words. Never in all her years had she seen such a sight. "Done," she exclaimed. She paid the man and took the bird home. Needless to say, she was quite excited by her new purchase. As soon as she got home, she searched through all the cupboard in the house and took from them old boxes, crockery, and any other useless but stored items she could find. Now after seeing what this parrot could do, she immediately brought the parrot to her house. And as they got home, she searched through the cupboard and she took out all the old boxes, crockery, and any other useless items that was stored. She spent an hour or so allowing the parrot to practice his skills. Okay, now what she did, she basically took out all the old boxes, crockery from the cupboard, and she allowed the parrot to karate those old unused, useless items. The pair of them had a smashing time. Both of them had had a wonderful time. Sushmita would order the parrot to karate the old cutlet, the old crockery and other stored items, and this parrot would karate it. This parrot would break them into a lot of pieces. She would shout, "Parrot, karate large box," and the parrot would swoop down and destroy the box with a few hefty blows. Hefty blows means with a few strong force. Then she would order it to destroy something else. The parrot, according to her, did not tire of this activity. So according to Sushmita, parrot did not get tired. He just followed the orders of Sushmita, and the parrot would break everything he would find. And that, my friends, said Sunil, finishing off his espresso is how I came to break my foot. So then Sunil said to Bala and Anil that this is how I came to break my foot. So Bala was confused and Bala says, "What do you mean?" Anil also says, "Yes, what do you mean?" They both were confused that how did this thing broke Sunil's foot. So the pair of them had not uttered a word throughout the story. They had found it all too incredible. So when Sunil was telling the story, both of them, Bala and Anil, did not spoke a word throughout the story because they just found the story too incredible. Incredible means unbelievable, hard to believe. "You have not explained exactly how you broke your foot," suggested Bala. So Bala said that you told the entire story but you did not tell how exactly your foot was broken. "Oh," said Sunil, "you see, I returned home at 7 o'clock to find my wife and the parrot in the sitting room. The parrot was walking along the back of the sofa, carelessly pulling at some loose threads." So Sunil said that after doing all the work that he had in the city, he returned home at 7 o'clock and he found his wife and this parrot in the sitting room. And he was a little annoyed with this parrot because the parrot was just walking along the back of the sofa and he was pulling some loose threads. So when I inquired about the creature, she told me she had brought it at the pet shop. So when Sunil inquired, when Sunil asked his wife Sushmita about this parrot, Sushmita told Sunil that she had brought it from a pet shop. I was staggered. Sunil says that he was surprised to know that, and even more annoyed when she told me how much it cost. Sunil was surprised to know that Sushmita had got a parrot as a pet for herself, and Sunil was more annoyed and angry when he came to know about the cost of that parrot. "It's not an ordinary parrot, dear," she explained sweetly. So Sushmita in a very sweet manner said that, "Dear, that this parrot is not an ordinary parrot." And then she proudly declared, "It's a karate parrot and it's the only one of its kind in India." And after listening this, Sunil found it very funny, and Sunil says, "Karate parrot?" I cried in disgust and disbelief. Sunil didn't believe or approved that this parrot could do karate. So he says, "Parrot, karate, my foot." And that, gentlemen, was the last thing I said before that wild bird attacked my foot. So when Sunil in disgust and disbelief said, "Parrot, karate, my foot," this parrot thought that Sunil is ordering him to karate his foot. And so this was the last thing that Sunil said before this parrot attacked his foot. Alright, I hope this story is clear to you. I will provide the PDF exercises of this story very soon. Thank you.